Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome to the edition of Coffee with Ian. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. As you can see, Maurice, where is he? Maurice has stayed, for the time being at least, and the wife hasn't encouraged me strongly to move it yet, so it's going to stay there for the time being, so... Anyways. So what's going on in the world of Farm Sim? I guess the biggest news on the channel, I suppose, would be something along the lines of Valley East USA has ended, finally. I do like that map, and I did enjoy it, but we ended it. I know some people were a little sad about that, but it's the way it goes sometimes. You gotta bring us something new. So probably what we'll do is we will replace Valley East USA with... what's that map called? Baxley Farm, I think it is? Or Michigan. Or I might do a little bit of both. I might just intermix them. I might just do live streams on those one of those maps because they're both pretty big, so we'll see what happens there. And I guess the other thing is that Tungstorf will be coming in soon, in the rotation, so to speak. That's kind of cool. And there actually was recently there was an update to Tungstorf the other day actually, version 3, and they added a few little things and optimized a few things. So that's pretty cool actually. So it's funny, I'm trying this little feature on, I'm using OBS to record this. Call me vain, but I like to see what's being recorded for some reason, especially when it's just my head. Don't know why, just one of those things. But anyways, what I've done this time around is I've used, there's a noise gate feature on OBS, so if I stay quiet, the mic won't pick anything up. But then as soon as I start talking again, it'll start picking it up. But it's only a certain threshold that you have to cross before it'll do anything, so I find it kind of interesting. Well, I was messing around with that. Also, I was talking to Mr. Moose the other day about digital compressors and stuff like that, but I won't go into that. But does a similar thing, basically. So a lot of people prefer hardware compressors, but hardware compressors are a little bit more expensive. I think my audio is not matching up with my video. Oh well. I don't know why it does this, but it doesn't bother me enough to fix it. So that's why I haven't done it yet. I don't know if it's to do, it's just with OBS it does it, I think. I have to double check whether it does the same thing with Mirrorless Action. Yeah, for most people who ever are wondering, those are the two programs I use to record stuff with. I use Mirrorless Action, or Mirrorless Action, I could say, with an I. And I also use Open Broadcaster software. I suggest using Open Broadcaster software because it's free, and you can do a little setup with it. It's pretty easy to set up. You just search online how to set up OBS for anything, and you'll be able to find it. Originally, I was going to do a tutorial on how to do it, but in the end, I decided I didn't do it in the end for some reason, just because I think there were enough out there that were well done that it wasn't necessary, basically. But if you'd still like me to do one, leave a comment below, and I'll put one together. But I haven't done it yet, so we'll see. There is actually one tutorial that I'm going to do probably today, and that is how to use on Courseplay, because I guess I've had more than one person ask about it, and I just haven't got around to it, I guess. And it's how to use a forage harvester with Courseplay and have it being unloaded. So I'm gonna probably do a Courseplay tutorial on that today, I imagine, and it might already be up by the time you see this. So yeah. Anyways, recently did Train Simulator on the channel as well. People seem to like that. Got a good response from that. I did record the second half of that trip, and I tried out a couple other journeys. I tried out one in, not Finland, but I think it was in Germany, I want to say, using electric train. Some of those scenarios are kind of hard because, like, I was talking to Farmer Beatus about this, and it was a weird situation because it's like you have to like visually see the signal sometimes, and it's like, how do you judge how fast to go based on like how far you can see in the game, sort of thing. So it's a weird situation, I found. So I don't know why it is like that, but it is. That's the way it is. So. Oh well. What else is going on in Farming Simulator land? Nothing really too crazy, I don't think. No, really nothing too crazy. I haven't heard anything from Farm Sim, or Giants, I should say. Not that I've, no, nothing. Yeah, definitely not. No, nothing in that area. Been quiet. All quiet on the Western Front, so to speak. I did pick up a Humble Bundle today, or yesterday, I guess it was. It was the Codemasters Humble Bundle, so it has a whole bunch of Codemasters games like Grid 1, Grid 2, Dirt 3, not Dirt Rally, although you get a coupon for Dirt Rally. And I heard Dirt Rally actually on Steam, right? You can't see it, but on my other computer right here it says Steam. I have Steam open and Dirt Rally is on it. It says it's now available. It's 15% off apparently, which still makes it $46 apparently. So, but it's supposed to be a really good game. I was trying a racing grid, and it's really different than Project Cars. It feels a lot like when you're driving. It feels a lot different. Like the cars respond like really, really differently. I found because I guess I'm used to Project Cars. Like the way they react is a little bit. I don't know how to say it. It just seems like it's a more realistic reaction to the way the car moves, the way it's supposed to move, I guess. And then in Grid's more like an arcadey feel to it. So I don't know. They're both cool games. I played a couple hours last night of Grid Auto Sports, and I was trying out some of the different competitions. I tried out drifting. I'm terrible at drifting. Like I'm pretty terrible at the game in general, actually, because I'm just trying to get used to it. Last night I was like, oh wow, what's this? Reasons why I don't go into iRacing, because I can't drive apparently. But I think that's been obvious already in Farm Sim or Euro Truck Simulator. So yeah, that was the. I found that out last night, but it also came out with a couple other random games in there too. I think it came with Theme Hospital and what was the other one? Operation Flashpoint, I think it was. So I'll have to check those out at some point as well. So yeah, that should be kind of interesting actually to see how it all works together. The main reason why I got that Humble Bundle was because I had drag racing in it and I wanted to give it a go. It's a lot more exciting to watch in real life than it is to play a game about it. But it was still interesting. I think it'd be cooler if you could tune your own car a bit more. At least that's what would probably be better for me. So you really have to have fast reaction times. It's you don't realize how much of a big deal it is until you're like, oh, I gotta move right. So well, that's what I found at least. So it's pretty good. What else is new? I recently tried something kind of random. I have my G20. You can't see it, but I have my G27 shifter right here, and I have the Farm Sim side panel beside it, and then they actually fit both of my desks side by side, and it's actually not too bad. I thought it was going to be ridiculous, but it's actually not too bad because it allows me to play without having to switch out the shifter. It allows me to play, Euro Truck or Farm Sim relatively easily. And theoretically, I could use both, but I really don't need both. But it probably looks ridiculous, but I don't care. It worked. I was surprised it worked actually. So that's what really threw me off the most, I think. I think, is there anything else that I want to mention? No, I don't think so. I'll take a sip of coffee. Maybe that'll help me. Slam that on the ground. Nope. I do have some other non-farming news. This is the newspaper I read about farming news. Oh, is it going to switch? It is called... No. There it goes. Farmers Forum. That's the newspaper I like to read. Pretty cool. It's Eastern Ontario. Ooh, Eastern Ontario newspaper. So it's all about Eastern Ontario and farming related to that. It also talks about farming around the country too, but primarily in this area, in this area being Eastern Ontario, basically. So yeah, I don't know. One of my favorite newspapers. There is another one called the Ontario Farmer as well. I don't read that one as much because I don't have a subscription to that one, but I find the articles and information in Farmers Forum are pretty solid, whereas Ontario Farmers seems a bit more like an advertising. Well, they're both advertise. They have lots of advertising in them, but I just find that the content isn't as good in Ontario Farmer. But it's still good in its own right for other things. But I like to do it for the reading side of things. So yeah, all right. I think that's it for me today. Before I continue rambling, like I make Let's Play, so it's pretty easy for me to ramble for like half an hour sort of thing. So anyways, all right folks, that'll be it for me for today. This has been another episode of Coffee with Ian, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys later.